Hey class, this is our first video in a series of videos on the basics of automotive technology. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how to identify and describe major automotive systems and describe and compare major automotive design variations. The first important thing to know about cars is that they are made up of parts, assemblies, and systems. A part is sometimes called a component. It's the smallest removable item of a car. In this case, our example is that of a fuse. A fuse also goes in an assembly. An example of an assembly would be a fuse box, where you have a bunch of different fuses and other parts that work together. And then we have a system. In this example, we have an electrical system. So all the parts and assemblies work together to make the system work to do something in the car. In this sense, a system, the electrical system, is used for charging and starting the car. Sometimes a technician will need to replace a part or an assembly to get the vehicle working properly. In the diagram, you can see some of the parts of the car's electrical system. Here are some definitions that you should remember. A part is a component or the smallest removable item on a car. An assembly is a set of parts that complete a function, and a system is a group of parts and assemblies that complete a specific function. It's also good to know some examples of these to help you remember. As we said, in an electrical system, one of the parts would be a fuse, one of the assemblies would be in a fuse box, and the electrical system is made up of a variety of systems and parts to do its job, which is to charge and start the car. Can you think of some other automotive systems? Take a moment and think of a few before we move on. Were you able to think of some other systems in a car besides the electrical system? How about the fuel system? How about the drivetrain? How about the engine? How about lubrication? How about braking? How about accessories? How about suspension? How about exhaust? How about the computer system? All those systems have parts and components and assemblies that work together to achieve the goal. Here's a diagram that talks about how all the different automotive systems work together. You can see how all the systems have different parts, and they all work together to get the engine working efficiently. One of the examples that you can see is you have your fuel tank, which allows fuel to run through the fuel system to go to the engine. You have air coming in to the engine as well. You have your cooling system, your charging system. As the engine is doing its job, you can see you have an exhaust system that allows the exhaust to go out of the car. You also see that the engine also has an ignition system and a drivetrain system that eventually allows power to come out and the wheels to turn. At the end of the video, you'll make a quick little Google Slide activity. In this Google Slide activity, you'll pick a system from one of the ones that we've listed. You'll find a couple pictures and list 5 components or parts. You'll list 2 assemblies, also with pictures. You'll find a picture or a diagram of the entire system working together, and you'll be able to define the system and tell us what exactly it does. The next topic that we're going to take a look at is different body types for automobiles and some general vehicle specifications and terminology that are good to know. Do you have a favorite car style that you like? Here are some terms to remember. The frame is a metal structure that provides a mounting place for all the parts of the car. The body is the outside of the vehicle, or the skin. And the chassis is everything mounted to the body, which includes tires, wheels, engine, and transmission that get mounted to the body of the car. Next, we're going to take a look at how 2 ways and how cars are constructed. The first one is called unibody construction. In unibody construction, the body panels are welded together to form the body and the frame of the car. Then the other parts of the car are then mounted to the unibody. Unibody frame is something that you would see for a small car or a medium passenger car. They're usually lighter and they're designed to protect the passenger inside the body of the car. Body over frame construction is another construction method used in building cars. In this instance, you can see it's being used to build a pickup truck. The chassis and body are bolted to the frame. Understanding how cars are built will help you when we lift cars off the ground in the shop. Three other important terms to know are vehicle curb weight, which is the weight with a full tank of gas and no driver. Another one is vehicle wheelbase, which is the distance from the center line of the front wheel to the center line of the rear wheel of a car. And lastly is track width, and that's the distance from the center line of the tires on the same axle. Now that we've talked about different ways that cars are constructed and vehicle wheelbase, can you see the difference? And can you guess which construction method was used to build the cars on this list right here? As explained before, your activity now, and you can use a partner, is to pick one of the vehicle systems, find 5 components or parts with pictures, find 2 assemblies with pictures, and find a diagram of the system that you choose. And I showed you a variety of different systems that you could pick from. I also want you to define the system and tell us what does it do. I've also included a video from Volkswagen so you can see the assembly process of a unibody construction vehicle. I've also included a link to a YouTube video of how they put together Ford Rangers, which is the body over frame construction method. The goal of this video was to help you identify and describe some of the major automobile systems and also describe and compare some of the major automotive design variations. Complete the activities. Thanks for watching.